Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the show. As you all know that Bahria University had started this initiative in which we invite our students, our alumni on the show. Show is called Back to Bahria. I am your host. My name is Hira Muzaffar. I am also an alumni and currently working as Deputy Manager HR in Kohinoor Textile Mills. So guess who we have on our show? We have different students who work in different industries, but the guest who we have on our show, he worked in the academia, and on the show he will share his journey and his experiences. So Dr. Atif, welcome on the show.
Thank you very much.
How are you feeling?
Always a special feeling to come back to Bahria.
To start with the show, I always ask the first question, how do you feel coming back to Bahria?
As I said, it's always been very special, and I'm a frequent visitor of Bahria University.
Okay.
Because I live here and I work in Islamabad, so other than COVID, I used to visit Bahria about every month.
Okay. So before starting the show, I would really like to thank you for taking our time, because I know it's not easy, because when you're working, when you are engaged in your commitments, taking our time, it's not easy. So thank you for taking our time and welcome to the show. Now we'll start the flow of the show.
Yes.
Okay, because the audience want to know how was your experience, when did you graduate, and what were your specialized fields? So please share that experience with us.
Okay, the first time I came to Bahria was in 2007.
Mm-hmm.
I came here for my MBA and I did it from 2007 to 2009. And then I went back to Lahore because my family was in Lahore and particularly in Sheikhupura. I did my MPhil from there, and Bahria was so attractive that I had to come back for my PhD in 2011.
Okay. And
I started my PhD and then I completed it in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it was a batch of 2011 to 14, but unfortunately, and it does take some time. So 2017 I graduated, and at the same time I started teaching here. From 2011, 12, 13 and 14 January I taught here, and I think this was the first place that gave me the opportunity to teach. Mm-hmm. And open the windows for this academic profession for me. And after that, in 2014, I joined SZABIST University, Islamabad campus, and till now I'm there. Okay. And currently I'm an assistant professor there, and I've also looked after a few programs like MBA program, executive MBA program, and currently I'm looking after student affairs department.
Mm-hmm. So you started your journey in the academic industry, and you are from Lahore, you said, and yes, you chose Bahria. So what was the inclination to choose Bahria, and firstly from Lahore to Islamabad and then choosing Bahria? So what was the...
there are two instances.
Mm-hmm.
First, when I was choosing it for MBA and then for PhD. Mm. So when I was choosing it for MBA, that was completely a gut feeling, but based on some experience. If I'll share, I was applying to different universities because at that time you're very insecure whether you get the admission.
You need to have all options open.
All options open.
Yeah.
So I applied in 1 or 2 universities in Lahore, 1 or 2 universities in Islamabad. When I applied at Bahria, I applied it through surface mail because I read that you can send them a draft and they would send you the prospectus, and then you'll have to send them the form, and then they will send you the admit card. So this was the procedure. When I applied, I thought that it's going to take 10 days, about 10, 12 days. When I applied, the very 2 next days, I got my prospectus, which was the maximum possibility of efficiency. And the same day, I returned it with the filled form, and the next to next day, I got my admit card. So this was my first experience, which did attract me. And then when I came to Islamabad the second time for my test at Bahria, the cleanliness especially, the NC cafe especially, it was new. And just to relate that it used to be a full Wi-Fi campus with the laptop, although it had its own issues. Then centrally air conditioned, and people were very good. Students were very good. They were trying to help us as we were new. So that experience was also very good. And then obviously, when I studied here, the MBA experience that I took with me to Lahore, I had to go back because my family was there. That MBA experience actually forced me to come back for PhD. So now the second decision was more cautious. That was more experience based. And just to tell you that I don't have any connections in Islamabad. My family was in Lahore, but Bahria is the sole reason why I am in Islamabad.
Even now?
Even now, yes. Not because now, because I have shifted here.
अब तो career यहाँ पे settle हो गए यहाँ पे.
All your social investment is in Islamabad. But Bahria is the main reason.
Okay.
Because if I would not have come back for PhD, तो मैं कहीं उधर settle हो जाता लाहौर में या कुछ ऐसा. So this is one of the main attachments with Bahria.
It's very interesting and an eye opener for us because usually होता है ना कि आप यहीं रहते तो choosing another city and an institute जिसमें आपने pre-admission you were attracted with the process and the efficiency which they had, you know, because अभी तो आप admit ही नहीं हो, अभी तो आपको दाखला नहीं मिला, but the impression which they made, it forced you to choose Bahria.
Exactly, because when we also we teach these customer touch points.
हाँ, it's important, yeah, because हम customers ही थे ना उस वक्त, अब तो brand बन गए इनके.
So that is why these things they have their own importance.
Okay.
So this is the truth.
ठीक है. So अब चले, now I will now take you back to your school, to your university days, and because since ये back to Bahria में हम different students के साथ engage करते हैं, and we want to share your experiences as a student. So if I tell you कि आप अपने 2007 के उस age में जाए and share how were you as a student, कोई ऐसा incident which you would like to share with us, you know, कुछ होता ना क्लास में शोर लगाना, कोई टीचर की कोई डांट भी बड़ी मजे की होती है ना, कुछ आपका साथ, तो ऐसे एक्सपीरियंस और एज अ स्टूडेंट लाइफ वो जर्नी कैसी थी?
It was full of learning and full of fun.
Okay.
At the same time. One event that I'll relate a little afterwards was the Lipton Talent Hunt.
Acha.
We were a team of 5 people, and that one event of 3-4 days, it taught me and the group a lot in terms of the learning part. We'll come back to that later. But the initial parts were very interesting, because when I joined here, I was familiar with the annual system, but I was not familiar with the semester system. So यहाँ आए 6 सब्जेक्ट एंड सुबह क्लास. ठीक है.
अच्छा, आपको मॉर्निंग बैच
था मेरा MBA का. सुबह क्लास एंड ठीक है. 2 चीज़ें मेरे लिए नहीं थी. द सेमेस्टर सिस्टम वाज न्यू एंड द बिजनेस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन वाज न्यू. एंड उसमें स्पेशली एक कोर्स था हमारा BQT. वेरी गुड टीचर, वेरी स्वीट. अब वो क्या कर रहे हैं कि वो प्रॉब्लम लिख रहे हैं, एनालिटिकल प्रॉब्लम थोड़ी सी लिखी उन्होंने, एंड आई नॉट नोइंग कि इसको आंसर करना है कि नहीं करना, सेटिंग पहले वाले डेस्क पे बैठ के उसका मैं जवाब बता दिया, एंड जवाब वाज करेक्ट, द आंसर वाज करेक्ट. अब टीचर ने उसको सॉल्व करवाना था, अभी मैंने जवाब बता दिया. तो द फर्स्ट टाइम ही सेड कि ओके फाइन, चलो खैर है, चल जाए. दूसरा क्वेश्चन लिखा, मैंने जवाब बता दिया, बिकॉज इट इन्वॉल्व मेंटल मैथ, तो वो तो बड़ा ठीक रहा. तीसरे पर उन्होंने कहा आपने जवाब नहीं बोलना, लेट मी सॉल्व इट एंड देन यू आर गोइंग टू स्पीक. क्योंकि जवाब ठीक होता था तो वो कोई चाम नहीं रह जाता था उसकी सोल्यूशन में. बट द फनी पार्ट वाज कि जब पहला क्विज हुआ तो आई गॉट 0.
ओके.
द प्रॉब्लम वाज दैट in terms of mental calculation I was fine, but in terms of deriving it I didn't know what to do. And मज़े की बात ये कि जब मैं आंसर्स दे रहा था, and second week there was a quiz, third week सारे बच्चे मेरे पास आके बैठ गए किसी चीटिंग करेंगे, and I didn't know what to write. मैंने आंसर सही लिख दिया नीचे, but derivation was not right. 0. So
मैथ में स्टेप से वैसे मैटर करता, आंसर तो मैं तो फिर 1-2 नंबर
होता है. But answer was correct and it was my own calculation, but still I got 0 marks. Then I had to learn कि ऐसे नहीं काम चलेगा. You need to know
the process, the ways. Okay.
That was very funny part.
तो उसमें टीचर ने कुछ कहा नहीं कि ये मतलब कि I'm sure उन्होंने कुछ.
Teacher I think he thought कि मैंने चीटिंग की होगी और जल्दी से आंसर लिख दिया होगा.
अच्छा, हाँ ये भी हो सकता है.
Because that is the first feel, छापा मार दिया और आंसर लिख दिया. So I couldn't chopify the steps, but मैंने वो लिख दिया. So that was quite shocking for me. And then for the same paper I had to study. When I talked to one of my friends, we say 6 to 6. रात को मैं 6 बजे बैठा, सुबह 6 बजे तक पढ़ता रहा. And still in the mids मेरे को अच्छे मार्क्स नहीं आए. When it came to calculations तो बड़ा अच्छा था, but when it came to writing it in steps तो वहाँ बड़ा प्रॉब्लम होता था. तो ये एक बड़ा इंसिडेंट था जो अभी तक मुझे याद रहा. And then learning point of view से obviously मैं जब आया तो I went to library and मैं बहुत सारे अपने स्टूडेंट्स के साथ भी शेयर करता हूँ. I read a book which was completely फारिग सी किताब थी, कोई लीडरशिप पे थी, कुछ ऐसा था, but there was one sentence that changed my complete perspective, and the sentence was that don't take presentations as a threat, take them as opportunity. That changed me, and whenever there used to be a presentation ka chance, so I was the first one, because I thought it's an opportunity.
Yeah.
And that opportunity, that one sentence and change of my orientation towards presentation taught me a lot. Now if I'm speaking in front of 50, 60, hundreds of people, it is, I think, because of that. तो ये एक बड़ा unique मेरे लिए वो reading and then connecting it with my experiences. And then Lipton Talent Hunt मैंने आपको बताया. Actually, it was a Unilever competition. You had to first compete within the university, and I think there were 20 groups, and our group won at that time, and we were 5 people. And then we competed at the country level, and we were one of the 11 groups who won at that time, including IBA, and I think there was some other universities from Pakistan. When we competed for that, and then we did the activity here, I still have those learnings with me, that one event of 5-6 days taught me entrepreneurship, because we were selling tea. We made a lot of money. Each member made a lot of money, 5 of us. It taught me how to write and think about a different idea. For example, if I'll share, I wrote the idea of tea pill, that if we can have a jushanda which can be mixed and it doesn't have any residual, why can't we have a tea? So that they liked it very much, and it was a very encouraging thing for me as well. It taught us how to do your calculations, the financial part, because they wanted us to write about what you have done in those 3 days and kaise selling ki, kaise revenue aaya, kaise profit aaya. It taught us about branding. It taught us about supply chain, because we went to their distributor and everything. So Bahria used to provide these activities which were full of learning.
This is a very interesting thing, Dr. Atif, that when Bahria University is one of that institute who gives us opportunities.
Yes.
जो हमें during academia, during our program, during our degree हमें बहुत कुछ सिखाता है. आपने entrepreneurship की बात किया. I remember मैं शुरू में जब थी तो I wanted to do something else, but when I was taught entrepreneurship subject, and then our project was कि आपने एक product launch करना है. तो हमने पूरा idea, तो entrepreneurship का ना उसको कहते थे ना jobs नहीं, तो we have the teachers and the instructors force us to think कि अगर job नहीं, you can create opportunities. So that's the mindset. So बहरिया में ये बहुत अच्छी चीज़ है, जैसे आप कह रहे हैं कि हमें बहुत से उन्होंने different avenues explore करने का मौका दिया, जो एक variety आप हमें लेकर आते हैं. So अब मुझे ये बताएं कि since you graduated and आपका जो PhD का journey थी, how was that experience? Because MBA is different and PhD में you're scholars, you're experts. तो वो journey आपके, how was that journey?
PhD में I am the 5th graduate in management sciences. So 4 of them graduated before me, and I think 3 of them were teachers from Bahria. So when we came here, I would like to take names here. Dr. Zahid was here, and he was one of the fundamental pillars of that PhD program. Dr. R.K. Malik was there, Dr. Mehboob and Dr. Ayub Siddiqui was here. So all these people, they the policies that they made at that time were very strong, and they were at par with international level. So when I came here for PhD, first of all, during the interview, because I was not very familiar with research, because I had done my MS, but कोई इतना ज़्यादा idea research का भी नहीं हुआ था. So the last question which was asked by one of the panelists was के, do you think you're a suitable candidate for PhD? And I told them that I'll be one of your best PhDs. Somehow I did that. They offered me the admission, and then in 2017, just before my graduation of PhD, Bahria University gave me the Best Researcher Award.
Wow.
So the dot was so well connected. Those 1 or 2 sentences gave me that courage. No, I have to do it now. And I can proudly say that I have produced a number of publications from here, and I've learned so many things from my PhD journey that not many people usually learn, and not many other universities offer.
Okay. So, when you are in a gathering, you are in an event, or you meet some Bahrian, so how do you feel? Acquaintance कैसा आपको feel करते हैं?
It's always very good, especially because now you have your in-laws and आपको पता है वो family जो extend होती रहती है. So there when you see somebody in Islamabad, every second person is a Bahrian.
Is a Bahrian, वो हाँ.
तो जब आप बात करते हो तो you feel good about it. And mostly when you meet Bahrians, they are good. Mostly. So that gives you a very good feeling और बड़ा अच्छा लगता है. And जो हम कहते हैं ना कि एक identification होती है. Bahria has a very strong identification.
ये बात सही है. हम मतलब कि हमारे different batches graduate करते हैं. बहुत से students, alumni, they are very well placed in the industry. हमारे जो seniors हैं, जो हमारे साथ के जैसे आप, you are doing really well. तो बहुत मज़ा आता है, बहुत अच्छा लगता है कि you know when you're presenting your institute, you know, of course जब आप इंडस्ट्री में हैं, जब किसी फोरम पे जाते हैं, so especially जैसे अब ये एक इनिशिएटिव है, so I know it's very interesting. So as a student आपका कोई ऐसा कोई funny incident याद है आपको, जो कोई स्टूडेंट की ऐसी मेमोरी है जो you would like to share with us?
Funny memories काफ़ी हैं
जो आप बता सकते, you know, because अक्सर कहते नहीं बताएं ना बताएं कुछ ऐसा. So
क्लास में फॉर एग्जांपल एक दफ़ा हम सारे लोग बैठे हुए थे, तो टीचर, आई थिंक इट वाज अ स्ट्रेटेजिक मैनेजमेंट कोर्स, तो टीचर ने किसी एक बच्चे को आवाज़ दी एंड एवरीबॉडी सेड जी एंड इट वाज नॉट प्लान्ड. एंड उसके बाद टीचर गॉट पिस्ड ऑफ. ये क्या, कौन बोल रहा है? तो कौन मीन्स एवरीबॉडी इज सेइंग जी. एंड देन जिसको भी आवाज़ दी वो बेचारा खड़ा हो गया. बस नहीं सर, मैं नहीं बोल रहा, बाकी सारे बोल रहे हैं. सो वो एक बड़ा अच्छा 5 मिनट का वो माहौल बना हुआ था क्लास में. एंड देन यही लिप्टन टैलेंट हंट में ही एक चीज़ें हुई कि फर्स्ट वी विल ऑल ऑफ अस वर राइवलरीज. हम 5 का ग्रुप और बाकी 5 व्हेन वी वर कंपीटिंग विद इन द यूनिवर्सिटी. एंड जब हमने कंपीट कर लिया, व्हेन वी वन, द होल यूनिवर्सिटी वाज अ ग्रुप. और उसमें क्या हो रहा है कि एक बंदे को हम कह रहे हैं कि चाय लेके आओ, एक बंदे को कह रहे हैं पानी लेके आओ, कुछ करो. तो बड़ा अच्छा जो है ना वो एक माहौल बना हुआ था. एंड
वो इट्स लाइक अ फैमिली. शुरू में सारे राइवल्स थे, कंपेटिटिव, अब एंड में सारे
फैमिली.
ठीक है. सो बातें तो होती रहेंगी. नाउ वी विल टेक अ ब्रेक एंड देन वी विल कंटिन्यू विद योर मोर एक्सपीरियंसेस. सो वी विल बी बैक आफ्टर शॉर्ट ब्रेक. Welcome back. Since we have had an amazing discussion with the guest on the show, now we will be now talking about your professional achievements. Since you have graduated from university, आपने academia में काम किया, you are a PhD, and now you're also teaching. So what we would like you to share your professional achievements with us.
Okay, so I should say it's a multifold. Starting from my, other than these degrees, I've also done Masters in Political Science, Masters in Philosophy, LLB, and Bachelors of Education.
Oh wow!
Because I was in academia, so I had to
3 masters.
4 masters.
4 masters and a PhD.
3 bachelors and then PhD and MPhil. Then because PhD is more towards research oriented degree, so I have published a number of papers in very good journals.
Okay.
And
if you like to name.
For example, there's a journal of US government.
Okay.
That is Workplace Health and Safety. I got my paper published there in 2015. And then a very recent one I wrote in COVID-19, which is one of the top 15 papers in the NIH library of USA.
Okay.
So that also got published in a world-class journal, and many others. Besides that, I've been teaching, and I got the Best Research Award from Bahria University as a student in 2017, and I got the Best University Teacher Award from the HEC.
Wow.
That is a very prestigious award. I think there were only 3 teachers from Management Sciences Department throughout the Pakistan, and obviously it was also aided with 100,000 rupees. Then I also got a chance to represent obviously myself, Pakistan, Bahria and SZABIST at Harvard Business School. I went there, I presented there, and then I sat in one of their classes because my PhD work was somewhat familiar with the work of one of the professors in Harvard Business School.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
Then I went to Oxford University.
Wow.
Also presented there. Also talked in one of their PhD admission programs.
At Oxford?
At Oxford.
Wow.
And then Singapore National University and Turkey, one of the universities. Other than that, I think teaching itself gave me a lot of motivation, because आप हर semester, हर साल, you're meeting 200 to 300 new people. You're kind of taking the responsibility to shape up their souls. So that itself is a very good achievement.
Wow, very commendable. I mean, that's very interesting. Ke, Oxford jana, Harvard jana, these are the dreams for the student. Dream come true. So that's very interesting. So Dr. Atif, since now we are reaching towards the end of the show, so before we end, we would like you to share any suggestion you would like to give to the institute.
Institute, I think infrastructure wise and otherwise they are growing at a very rapid pace and very good pace, but growth itself is a challenge.
Yeah.
Because when Bahria was a small place with less number of students, with less number of faculty members, I think it is usually easy to manage the administration terms. But when you grow, you also need to grow in terms of your management. So I think growth is one of the biggest challenges that Bahria University should take care of. Because if you do not manage growth, it can also revert back.
Yeah.
So we wish and pray that Bahria should always keep on growing, but at the same time we need to manage it and keep it at the same standards which people expect.
Right. That's a very wise suggestion to share. Now, any suggestion you would like to give or your message for the students?
Students, because I interact with them a lot. In 1 week I interact with about 200 to 300 students. Recently what I have felt in our youngsters or in our students is that they keep on blaming the setup. Setup means starting from their parents to their class fellows, to the government and to the world and maybe to the nature.
Yeah.
But I think we need to tell them that setup is the same. It is same for me, same for you. Sun is there for you, there for me. It is what you do with the setup. You don't have to like the setup.
True.
But you have to learn it.
Yeah.
You have to learn the ways to get through within the same setup. So I think instead of blaming, they should start learning. They should have all the information. Should not be acting stupid. That's the worst thing. So that is one thing. And secondly, I genuinely feel that students are sharper than us. They are more technology savvy. They have more access to information. But the only problem is that the focus is out. And instead, for example, these mobile phones, these devices should serve us and not distract us. So they should have a very clear thoughts about these things. And obviously, when the world is becoming more competitive, but at the same time, it is giving you a lot of opportunities.
True, yeah.
So students who are looking at the challenges are not looking at the opportunity. And opportunities are always surrounded with challenges.
Challenge, true. Right.
So I think they should be more focused and should stop blaming the setup.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Dr. Atif. It was, as always we say, it's always good to talk to the alumni, and since you're doing so well, so it was a very nice, a very informative discussion with you. Thank you very much to be on the show, and we wish you good luck, and we hope and we pray कि जैसे आपने बहरिया का नाम रोशन किया, we hope कि you may God be with you and give you both success. So thank you for watching the show, and next week we'll come back with an amazing guest. And before ending, I would like to say कि जो हमारे alumni है वो ना सिर्फ इंडस्ट्री में अच्छा कर रहे हैं, बट वो अकेडेमिया में भी बहुत कुछ अच्छा कर रहे हैं, एज आपने आज का शो देखा. सो थैंक यू सो मच, टेक केयर, अल्लाह हाफिज़.